Welcome back to the GSMC Hockey Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. As we were on break, the Dallas Stars score against the Edmonton Oilers to cut their deficit in half. It's now a 2-1 lead for the Edmonton Oilers in Edmonton in this Game 3. I told you guys we were going to be watching this one very closely throughout the entire broadcast, as we've done throughout the entire playoffs, with how this the time is shaping up right now for this podcast. As I do it at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and that's usually when the hockey games are on. So I've been keeping you guys up to date as much as I can, and once again, the Dallas Stars do score, and now it's 2-1 to the Stars here. But before we get into our second segment of the night, if you guys would like to support the show in any way, use the tips and donations link that you see on the screen right now at GSMC Podcast. .net. Any questions, any comments that you'd like to put, you can put that in the box and it will show up right on the bottom of the screen, and I'll be able to see it and read it out loud live on air. But without further ado, we're going to get right into our second segment of the night, talking about the Sunday night matchup in the NHL, talking about the Rangers-Panthers Game 3. What a fantastic game this was. This had everything you want to see: multiple goal comebacks, overtime winners, power play goals, shorthanded goals, I mean, you name it, and then a dog pile at the end as the Rangers do defeat the Florida Panthers here. This was, once again, a fantastic game just the entire time. Alexis Lafreniere really broke out in this game. What a postseason it's been for Alexis Lafreniere. I called his number back in after the first series that they had when he went scoreless in that one, and then he had a great series against the Canes, and now he's continuing it here with a multiple goal effort here against the Florida Panthers. The former number 1 overall pick showing his worth for the first time in his career, you can say. But man, what else can you say about him? He's been great. 2 goals in this one. Barclay Goodrow, another fantastic performer in this game. He also scored twice in this one. It's 4 goals from 2 guys for the Rangers. That, I mean, you absolutely love to see it. Unfortunate for Bobrovsky, he does give up these goals, tanking, his playoff stats just a little bit, but he's been impressive this postseason so far. But unfortunately for him, allowing 5 goals isn't going to get it done here. Although a lot of these goals were not really his fault, but that's the life of a goaltender. On the other side here, you have Sam Reinhart with a fantastic game. And just going goal by goal here, you have the first one, it's Sam Reinhart. He has the power play goal that opens this game up very early. It was about 3 minutes into the game. Then you have Barkov and Tkachuk on the assist of that one. Then here's where Alexis Lafreniere starts. This is his first goal, 5th of the playoffs here from Vincent Trocheck and Jacob Trouba. There's your defensive scoring. That's very important for the New York Rangers. We talked about it in that Dallas Stars segment. We're going to talk about it again. When you get scoring with your defense, that is so important in the postseason, and they get that there. Barclay Goodrow then gets his 5th and 6th of the postseason with his goals. The first of which coming in the first period. It's Schneider and Kyle. Those are the ones on the assist. Then you have Sam Reinhart tying the game back up on the power play. Once again, his second power play goal of this one. Carter Verhaeghe with the assist on that one. This is Sam Reinhart's 7th goal of the postseason. He's been such a bright light for the Florida Panthers, really getting them to this position that they found themselves in. Then Alexis Lafreniere from 2 defensemen, Keandre Miller and Jacob Trouba. Once again, defensive production, so important, and they got that. This is their 2nd and 3rd points from defense on this game. Or, sorry, 3rd and 4th, because Schneider got a assist. And then Barclay Goodrow on the short-handed. You have Vincent Trocheck and Ryan Lindgren with the assist. There's Ryan Lindgren, another defenseman, with a point in this game. That's their 5th defensive point of this game. You have Barkov getting the goal in the 3rd period to open or start the comeback in the 3rd period. You have Barkov from Verhaeghe and Mikola, and then Gustav Forsling from Tkachuk and Rodriguez. You did have great production from the Florida Panthers top lines. Sam Reinhart, Barkov, Matthew Tkachuk, Anton Lundell. I mean, these guys, or not Anton Lundell, Gustav Forsling. All these guys really combined for such a great game, but it was for naught as Alexander Wenberg gets his first goal of the postseason with a goal. The former Kraken Blue Jacket, former Panther, if I'm not mistaken as well. I believe he was on the Panthers last year for their cup run. Now he's on the Rangers for this one. Alexander Wenberg has had a pretty good career since leaving the Blue Jackets. And he gets the assist from Ryan Lindgren and Jack Roslovic, another former Blue Jacket right there, Jack Roslovic, who is having a pretty amazing postseason with his 6th assist in it. The New York Rangers are really getting production from all lines. We talked about that with the Dallas Stars, but the New York Rangers are a little bit different, where their veterans are their top 6 and their young guys are their bottom 6, and that's really that's how teams are usually shaped up, different from the Dallas Stars, how their young guys make up their top lines, and then you have production from those bottom forwards there. This one, this is a fantastic goal by Alexander Wenberg, but me being from Columbus, let me just paint you the scene here. This is a Jack Roslovic shot from the point. He takes it on. It's Alexander Wenberg that tips it past Sergei Bobrovsky in net. That's hilarious to me. I mean, it's just comical coming from Columbus. Those guys combining for all those points there. So, what a fantastic game from Alexander Wenberg. He was kind of all over the ice here, and then he gets the game-winning goal here, and it's just pandemonium, as you see. A couple guys I want to highlight in this one. There you go. Is Alexis Lafreniere. He just put the puck on net a lot in this game. 2 goals, 2 points, 6 shots on goal. Very, very impressive. I do have a picture of Barclay Goodrow behind him, but don't worry about that. It's Alexis Lafreniere in this smaller picture right there that you see. 2 goals from the kid. This is, his 4th year in the league. He's kind of really breaking on in these postseason. And that's what you kind of expect. It's not always immediate for these guys. We talk about it with Connor Bedard, how it's kind of an anomaly. What he was able to do this year, he was fantastic for Chicago. But for Alexis Lafreniere, it's not that immediate, and that's fine. But he is a great player in his own right, and he does have a fantastic shot. A lot of people were calling him a bust. This regular season when he's playing third line minutes. You're looking at that like this is a former number 1 overall pick 4 years ago. He's had plenty of time, but the Rangers stick with him. They wait for him, and he develops. And now look at him. Now look at what he's doing in this postseason. He is a good player, and you just had to wait for him to show that. Once again, his entire development got thrown off. He was 2020 draft pick right during COVID. So I don't think he got his Memorial Cup finishing, and his he played in the QMJHL. I don't think that season finished with COVID hitting. And then you're going into your draft, and then in 2020, 2021, your first year in the league, it's a mess really. What else can you say about it? He's had 2 years of really development, and now look at him, what he's doing in this postseason. So he's definitely not a bust, and you got to defend the kid because he's playing great in this postseason. Once again, 2 goals. It's his 5th and 6th goal of the postseason. He's been so impressive. He's going to be a staple in New York for a long time, and we're seeing that here. The third guy I want to highlight, of course, is the game winner. Alexander Wenberg. This is the shot right before or right after he scores with the puck or with his stick in the air right there. 1 goal, 2 shots on goal, and a game-winning goal for Alexander Wenberg. He played amazing, the Swede, and you love to see that. We talk about it with the Dallas Stars. Getting that production from your depth is so important, and they got that in this game. The New York Rangers did. So when it comes down to the New York Rangers, it is a very scary team right now. Tomorrow night is going to be very telling for how this series plays out. If the Rangers win it, they just win the series, in my opinion, as they go up 3-1. But if the Panthers are able to take it, in Florida especially, now you got 2-2 going back to New York, best of 3. Anything can happen from that point. So we'll see how quickly the Florida Panthers can forget this moment, this game. They made a valiant effort at the end. As I said, they had a 2-goal third period comeback here. But it was erased by this goal by Alexander Wenberg pretty early in the overtime period too. Thankfully, we were able to go to bed a little bit earlier that night. But yeah, the New York Rangers, very impressive. They got outshot in this game insanely. Florida Panthers, 37 shots on goal. New York Rangers, 23, being outshot by 14 and still getting the win. This isn't a disaster game by Igor Shesterkin. I know giving up 4 goals is not what you want to see from your goaltender, especially from the best goaltender in the world. However, on 37 shots, you're understanding it a bit more. He has over a 900 save percentage in this game. And for goaltenders, that's really the number that you're going to want to look at. So for Igor Shesterkin, it's not that bad. For Sergei Bobrovsky, is it that bad? I wouldn't say it's... giving up 5 on 23 shots is a rough one. Is a rough one to look at. But for Sergei Bobrovsky, he's very prone to these kind of meltdowns in the playoffs. We've seen it so much in the past, but he does bounce back. The Vezina candidate this year, 2-time Vezina winner in Columbus. He's been amazing his entire career. Not in the playoffs, but we've seen him perform well in the playoffs. In recent memory, especially last year, he had a great playoff run. Probably on way to win that Conn Smythe trophy if he doesn't, or if they do win that series, if they do win that Game 7 against Vegas. So he's been great these last 2 postseasons, but this is something we've seen from him in the past. Hopefully he remies it and he is able to bounce back in Game 4. As they really need him to bounce back in Game 4. Once again, 5 goals on 23 shots is very, very gross from your goaltender, but yeah, he could definitely bounce back, and it will be very, very important for him to do so. So with that being said, we are going to take our second break of the night, and when I come back, we're going to be talking about Czechia and how they took gold at the IIHF competition.